continue the public hearing at 6:10 PM. We need a motion to adjourn the session of the Drainage District 13A trustees at 6:11.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And we need a motion to reconvene as the Humboldt City Council at 6:11.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? More public hearings. This being the time and place for the scheduled public hearing on the proposed amendment number 7 to the North Side Urban Renewal Plan in the city of Humboldt, state of Iowa. I'll open the public hearing at 6:12 PM. Review of the proposed amendment number 7 to the North Side Urban Renewal Plan. Aaron?
Yeah, I've actually got the map up behind us. It's kind of hard to see, but the area we're talking about is all in the Northwest Industrial Park here. Amendment number 7 essentially removes area from that Northwest Industrial Park. It's kind of a U shape right where Precision and Voyager, Precision will be located and Voyager is currently located. It removes that area, and it also carries language for a development agreement with Precision, giving the city the authority to have that development agreement with Precision. Outside of that, it just carries forward all the language from the previous amendments to the urban renewal area. So the actual reason that this needed to be completed was because the area that is in, the urban renewal area that is in, is an amendment area that will sunset in the not too distant future. So with that occurring, a development agreement would be limited by when the area actually sunsets. So by establishing a new urban renewal area and putting that area into it, then we get a 20-year sunset on the new urban renewal area. But we have to release any increment that exists in the area.
Do we have any written comments or objections on file, Lawyer?
No, we don't.
Do we have any comments or objections from the general public in attendance this evening? There being no more comments or objections on the proposed amendment number 7 to the North Side Urban Renewal Plan, I will close the public hearing at 6:13. This being the time and place for the scheduled public hearing, the proposed Northwest Urban Renewal Plan for the proposed urban renewable area in the city of Humboldt, state of Iowa, I will open the public hearing at 6:13. Review of proposed Northwest Urban Renewable Plan for proposed urban renewal area. Aaron?
Actually, I guess now thinking about it, I was wrong in the previous one. The previous one just had the removal of the land. This actually is the new urban renewal area that will carry the language for the development agreement with Precision, because Precision will be in the new Northwest Urban Renewal area. So it'll be a very small area. Currently, it's all agricultural land. It adds 2 sections that were not previously in the North Side Urban Renewal area, which was the acreage that used to exist out at the Northwest Industrial Park, and the compost pile, which Humboldt County Development Association actually owns the land, and the city has use of until at which point it gets developed into something else, and then we'll have to move the compost pile off that site.
Do we have any written comments or objections on file, Gloria?
No, we don't.
Do we have any comments or objections from the general public in attendance this evening? There being no more comments or objections on the proposed Northwest Urban Renewal Plan for a proposed urban renewal area, I will close the public hearing at 6:14. For the next public hearing, this being the time and place for the scheduled public hearing on a proposed development agreement with Precision Tank and Equipment Company and an economic development assistance contract with Precision Tank and Equipment Company and the Iowa Economic Development Authority, I will open the public hearing at 6:14. First is a review of proposed development agreement.
The development agreement's actually sitting in front of everybody there. It is a normal tax rebate development agreement, the same that we've done with many industries in town. It does have a 10-year tax rebate due to the nature. It's not an expansion, it's a business recruitment from Illinois. Illinois and Indiana actually is their 2 sites. So the total benefit that the precision tank and equipment can receive is $320,000. $3,200. I think they would have been unhappy about that. That's $320,000. It goes from 100% of taxes all the way down to 10% of taxes, and then sunsets after that. The total improvements to the site will be, from 1.7 million to $2 million, depending obviously on what the assessment is. And the new building will be 31,500 square feet. And like I said, it'll be located in the northwest urban renewal area, once we get all the procedural paperwork worked out on the new urban renewal area.
Is it 320,000 based on that $2 million figure?
Yes. So it is, the reason that it's hard to know exactly what it is because you have to wait till the assessment comes in, and then that sets the increment, the increase in the taxes, and then you rebate all of those taxes back the first year and then 90% the next year.
This next question will surprise you. Can we raise it? I mean, is that?
Can you give a rebate of more than what the taxes are?
Yeah, I don't want to set it at, if the construction comes in at like 2.5 million. There's
some wiggle room built in
Okay.
there. That actually occurred with high capacity.
Mhm.
Their improvements were well beyond what the development agreement outlined, and so they didn't receive the full rebate that because there was this max
Okay.
improvement.
I just
But
don't want us to accidentally set a limit that's too low for
I
the
think
development.
that's why you see.
Guys, stop developing. We
Yeah.
don't want,
Yeah,
there's
that-
too much development in Humboldt.
That's why you see the 1.7 to 2 numbers. 1.7 is likely where it'll come in.
Okay.
That gives an extra 300,000
Mhm.
of wiggle room in the agreement there.
Okay.
So,
Do we have any written comments or objections on file, Laura?
No, we don't.
Do we have any comments or objections from the general public in attendance this evening?
What's the criteria for determining an area to be blighted?
to be blighted, there's a very formal state designation for blight. Essentially, the reason the North Side Urban Renewal Area carries a blight designation is because of the Frick properties and brownfield redevelopment. That's a primary. Vacant structures is another blight designation. Just anything that you could think of that would fall under dilapidation would carry a blight designation.
There being no more comments or objections on a proposed development agreement with Precision Tank and Equipment Company, I will close the public hearing at 6:17 p.m. Under resolutions, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2013-97. A resolution determining an area of the city to be a blighted and economic development area, and that the rehabilitation, conservation, redevelopment, development, or a combination thereof of such area is necessary in the interest of public health, safety, or welfare of the residents of the city, designating such areas appropriate for urban renewal projects, and adopting amendment number 7 to the North Side Urban Renewal Plan.
And just like what we had the previous discussion on, we always discuss this every time a TIF ordinance or TIF resolution comes through. While it is a blight designation, it doesn't mean that there's, that the area is going to fall down. It's brownfield redevelopment, things, vacant structures, things like that. It doesn't necessarily mean crime.
I move we approve.
Infestation.
Second?
Roll call vote?
Goodell.
Here, aye.
Rusher.
Aye.
Hader.
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2013-98. Resolution determining an area of the city to be an economic development area, and that the rehabilitation, conservation, redevelopment, development, or a combination thereof of such area is necessary in the interest of public health, safety, or welfare of the residents of the city, and designated such areas appropriate for urban renewal projects, and adopting the Northwest Urban Renewal Plan.
The one significant change that you'll see in this is that it does not carry the blight designation. That's because this is all agricultural land, so there is no blight to be taken care of in that area. So that's why you see a little bit of a difference.
Just need a motion?
Yep.
So moved?
Second.
Roll call vote.
Rusher.
Aye.
Hader.
Aye.
Goodell.
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2013-99. A resolution approving the fiscal year 2012-13 street financial report for the city of Humboldt, Iowa.
This is just the annual report from the, to the Department of Transportation, that tells them how we used our road use tax money. Actually, we received $449,142 in road use tax this year. The amount we receive is based on our population, that's so much per person. The amount we spent, $423,347. We also spent some other monies on street projects, in the amount of $9,287. Those are miscellaneous street lighting and signage type expenses, and also $2,536 in debt payments, which are the note we have at the bank for the Hall Street assessments. So that is the bottom line on our road use tax.
It also goes to show how incredibly small that is compared to the amount of need that exists within the streets of the city. You know, we're fortunate that they're in fairly good condition, but it basically covers salaries, some of the equipment, but not much else. A lot of that has to come out of property taxes to do meaningful projects.
Move to approve. Second.
Roll call vote.
Hader.
Aye.
Goodell.
Aye.
Rusher.
Aye.
Then we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2013-100. A resolution setting 5:30 PM on Monday, October 7th, 2013 as a time and date for a public hearing to consider the disposition by sale of public property.
The public property that's being discussed here is actually Soul Studio. There's been several folks that have approached the city to purchase through, development agreements, not really exchanging money, more the promise of, I'll sign an agreement I'll invest $30,000 to $50,000 or whatever into the property, and then for the sale of $1, then transferring the property over to them, and ensuring that land or that building doesn't end up like I guess the Finch building is what it's called, and needing to be torn down and then being a larger expense for the city. The land is not 100% the city's yet. It is, the judge still has to sign off on it, but everything's taken care of, everybody's defaulted out. So in the sake of moving this along as quick as possible, the city attorney recommended we just set the public hearing, being so we'll have the land at that point, and then can consider development proposals for that piece of property at that point.
Make a motion.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Goodell.
Aye.
Rusher.
Aye.
Hader.
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2013-101. A resolution approving pay estimate number 7 from Wunsch Construction Incorporated of Green, Iowa, in the amount of $27,533.35 for the 2012 Eagle Ridge Addition project.
The Eagle Ridge project is obviously almost complete. There's several homes going up out there. There's still some punch list issues. I think I mentioned this before, but there's some settling and some ponding issues that exist out there. They've done a lot of the final grading. Just a matter of closing out some of those final issues before the final payments received and retainage is released.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Rusher.
Aye.
Hader.
Aye.
Goodell.
Aye.
Then we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2013-102. A resolution approving pay estimate number 4, final, from Wunsch Construction Incorporated of Green, Iowa, for the 2013 infrastructure improvement project in the amount of $12,417.30, and accepting the project as complete and authorizing the release of the 5% retainage, $6,905.83, 30 days from the date of this acceptance.
The infrastructure project was just being held up, honestly, by two things. The river crossing, the high water had delayed the ability for them to complete that valve replacement. And then also, they needed to use a cut-in valve on the water tower to get better control so that they could isolate the water tower, or the old water tower, to do the valve replacement work that was needed at that site. Since this has been completed, the ability to control that power and to drain it is greatly improved from where we were at. Before it was, you'd throw open a hydrant actually down on Hall Street and then, wait a while and hopefully you could close off everything. So now we have valves surrounding the tower and can get it where we need to have it when we work on it.
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Hader.
Aye.
Goodell.
Aye.
Rusher.
Aye.
Moving to motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2013-103. A resolution approving pay estimate number 9 from Chicago Bridge and Iron of Plainfield, Illinois, for the amount of $21,090 for the 2012 500,000 gallon elevated storage tank.
Like you heard from Clint, the water tower is still waiting for controls to be installed so they can communicate with the water plant and the water tower, or the existing water tower. It has been used several times. He puts it into operation during the day, as you heard. I think we've been fortunate that there hasn't been any problems with the mains. I don't know if that means that we've broke everything that could be broke, or
Never said that.
yeah. So anyway, the water towers went very well. We've been fortunate to have it in many instances. So.
Especially during the power outage.
Yeah. Especially
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Goodell.
Aye.
Rusher.
Aye.
Hader.
Aye.
Let's see if we get through this one in one deal. Under ordinances, we need a motion to approve the first reading. Wow, we get 3 of these even.
Oh, yeah. Actually, there's another ordinance too.
First reading of the following proposed ordinance. An ordinance amending ordinances numbers 514, 97-09, 2000-07, 2003-09, and 2005-14, providing that general property taxes levied and collected each year on all property located within the amended North Side Urban Renewal Area in the city of Humboldt, county of Humboldt, state of Iowa, by and for the benefit of the state of Iowa, city of Humboldt, county of Humboldt, Humboldt Community School District, and other taxing districts, be paid to a special fund for payment of principal and interest on loans, monies advanced to and indebtedness, including bonds issued or to be issued, incurred by the city in connection with the amended North Side Urban Renewal Area, Amendment Number 7 to the North Side Urban Renewal Plan.